This Thursday, for the first time on TBS.
Hello? Susan, it's an emergency. There's a woman out here. Well, bust it up, for heaven's sake. Submariner.
The Parent Trap, a TBS premiere. Thursday, 8:05 Eastern. Turn to TBS.
The following is an exclusive presentation of Turner Sports.
1996 has been a most forgettable year thus far for Greg Maddux, and to his own admission, his control has been suspect, which has led to some very disappointing moments. Tonight he tries to get back on track as the Braves and Padres begin a 3-game series.
He's the best, folks. He is the best. Got it.
That ball is gone. A home run for Chpper Jones. The Atlanta Braves have brought the first championship to Atlanta.
2 weeks ago, the Atlanta Braves and the San Diego Padres were pulling away in their respective divisions, but now both teams have fallen into slumps, and tonight they meet in the first of a 3-game series in Atlanta. Hi, everybody. Along with Don Sutton, Pete Van Wieren, welcoming you to Atlanta Fulton County Stadium. These still could be the two best teams in the National League, Don. That's what a lot of people were calling them early in the year. But right now, both the Atlanta Braves and the San Diego Padres trying to rediscover that formula for winning.
Yes, they are, and I think the last 10 games have been somewhat disastrous for both of them. Look at some of the similarities, and I want to tell you a couple of differences. The records are quite similar. The earned run averages, the Braves have given up a few more. Batting averages, the Braves have hit higher. Now, let me throw a disclaimer in there. Remember, the Braves went into Colorado and tossed around a few runs there. But when you give up 5 runs a game as the Padres do and you only score 3, when you give up 6 as the Braves have done and you've only scored 5, there's going to be some problems. Now, the Braves lost David Justice. The Padres lost Wally Joyner. Advantage to the Braves because Chpper Jones has kicked it up a notch. Klesko and McGriff are all hitting home runs. The Padres don't have the luxury of a guy or two in their lineup who's going to hit 30 home runs, so advantage Braves there.
Well, one thing for sure, when you have two teams in slumps and they play each other, one of them is going to break out of it, and we'll see which one that is when we come back with the starting lineups and all the action right after this.
Great night for a ball game. Glad you're with us here on TBS. It's the Braves and the Padres. Time for a look at our Micaton starting lineups. For the Padres, the veteran Ricky Henderson to lead it off. Steve Finley in the 2 spot. Tony Gwynn to bat 3rd. Ken Caminiti, the cleanup hitter. Jason Thompson, recently called up from Las Vegas, will be in the 5th spot. Arky Sin Franco at shortstop. Brian Johnson, the catcher, to hit 7th. Jody Reed will bat 8th. And Sean Bergman will pitch and bat 9th. The Braves have taken the field. Defensively, the alignment will have Dye in right, Grissom in center, Klesko in left. 3rd to 1st, it's Chpper Jones, Jeff Blauser, Mark Lemke, and Fred McGriff. Eddie Perez gets the start behind the plate tonight, and on the mound making his 16th start of the year, a record of 5-5. It is going to be Greg Maddux. The league hitting .262 against Greg. Greg has done some of his best pitching right here in Atlanta, 4-1 with a 3 earned run average. There have been a couple of times in the last 2 years, when in 94 and 95, when Greg gave up fewer earned runs than he has already been touched up for this time. Here, first 15 starts, the comparison against the Braves. Take out that Colorado series, and Greg Maddux's earned run average is .286. And Pete, for the longest, it seems like he's been in the wrong spot in the rotation. Not many runs to play with.
And we'll see if that changes tonight. And you folks can read what you want into the fact that Eddie Perez is doing the catching tonight. There's been a lot of controversy about whether Greg Maddux misses Charlie O'Brien and some of the communication problems he was having with Javi Lopez. Bobby Cox before the game saying, I'm not making any big deal out of this. I just want to get Eddie a little more playing time. But it is kind of ironic that he would get the extra start here against San Diego with Maddux pitching. Ricky Henderson hitting .222 for the year. Play the count 1-2. He'll be followed by Steve Finley and then Tony Gwynn. San Diego has lost 12 of its last 14 games, and what's really been discouraging to them about that is all of these losses have come against teams below 500. They haven't been playing some of the tougher teams in the league, and they haven't been winning against them. Here's the 1-2 on the way to Henderson. Off the end of the bat, fouled on the right side. Still a ball and 2 strikes.
They had a good-sized lead in that division for a while, but the slump and the good play of the Dodgers has allowed them to climb right back into the race and be in a virtual tie with the Padres. And I think that's something you'll probably see as the year goes along. You're going to see those two battling it out in the West.
Still a ball and 2 strikes on Henderson, leading off here in the top of the first. Back in June 1st, Padres had a 6.5 game lead. It's gone. But if you ask the Padres, they say, hey, look, as bad as we've played, we're still in first place. If we can get things turned around, we'll be okay.
They wish they could get him healthy. That's Wally Joyner, and it's going to be a while before Wally is back with him. And we weren't being flippant in the open either. They just don't have the luxury of a Klesko to hit 21 homers, or a Javi Lopez to hit 10 or 12, or a McGriff to tune it up a notch when a guy like David Justice or Wally Joyner goes down.
Now, they've only hit 47 home runs as a team. Full count now, 3-2, and their leading home run hitter is a guy you wouldn't expect it to be, Steve Finley, who's on deck. He has 10. He's the only double-figure home run man on their ball club. 3-2, the count on Ricky Henderson, leading off here against Greg Maddux. And the payoff pitch fouled back. It stays 3 balls, 2 strikes. Maddux winless in his last 5 starts, 2 losses and 3 no decisions during that time, but it's not because he hasn't pitched all that well, except for that Colorado game. He's only not gotten any runs scored for him.
Only 1 bad ball game during that stretch.
Another 3-2 pitch on the way, again foul back, and this battle continues. 9 pitches have already been thrown to Ricky Henderson. He's still up there.
And he is just keeping it very simple to Henderson. He's throwing a tailing fastball, throwing it over the plate, letting it come right back in on him, and Henderson just hitting right over the top of it. You got to throw him strikes, though. He's tops in the National League, 64 walks.
Again, the 3-2, again fouled off.
And that's one of the ways he does it, Pete. He is such a pain if you're a pitcher. He'll foul away, foul away, foul away, and then all of a sudden you'll miss by a couple of inches and he'll lay off of it.
This will be the 11th pitch thrown to Ricky Henderson. Back out toward short. Blauser to his left field. First in time. 1 gone as Henderson is finally retired. Maddux wins that battle. And the batter will be Steve Finley. Remember at the beginning of the year when the Braves were playing San Diego at a deep slump Finley had gotten himself into? Well, he's back to normal. He's only hitting .263 for the year with 10 homers and 35 RBIs, but he got off to a 2 for 33 start and has hit .290 since then, and that's about where you'd expect him to be.
Batting average sounded like something off of a bingo card when we saw him.
Count.
A part of probably one of the most disastrous deals made by the Baltimore Orioles. Finley and Schilling and Harnish for Glenn Davis.
Right. 0-2 the count now on Finley. His career high in home runs is 11. He hit 11 for the Astros back in '94. Has 10 already this year, so he's one of the many players who are going to hit career highs in homers this season. The 0-2. Little tap to the third base side of the mound. Maddux can't make the connection. Chipper Jones does, but has no play. It'll be a base hit for Finley. That's one of those you do or you don't plays for Greg Maddux. He was trying to make the barehanded pickup, and the ball really never came up for him.
And in April for Finley, that ball would have bounced right into Maddux's glove. But now that things have turned around, Greg's got to make a quick. He was trying to set to throw and turn, catch the ball at the same time, and it just took it off the end of the glove.
In 1995 for Maddux, that ball would have gone right into his glove.
Exactly.
It's the kind of things he's having happen to him a lot this year. Well, here's Tony Gwynn. We thought we'd never get a chance to say this all the years we have followed him, but he is in a batting slump. He is hitting just .229 over his last 12 games. It's taken his average from the 390s down to .321.
Which most people would be quite pleased with and would be phoning their agent every night, but not him. All he's doing is taking more batting practice and watching more videos. If there's a better student of hitting in baseball than this guy, I don't know who he is.
Runner going on the 0-1 pitch. Got a good jump. Bounced out towards second. Lemke's only play will be on to first in time to get Gwynn. And Finley advances. He was running on the pitch. 2 men gone.
Give the Braves credit there for having the defense played right. With Maddux, you figure he's going to have something down in the strike zone or an off-speed pitch to pull. So Jimmy Williams had Jeff Blauser covering. That is a little bit of a risk with a guy like Gwynn, who has an inside-out swing, but that's also knowing your pitcher and defensing it perfectly. That would have been a first and third if Lemke had covered.
Ken Caminiti at .291 for the year. 8 homers, 32 RBIs, but he too is in a slump. Just 2 for his last 20. And hitting just .171 over his last 10 games. He had an interesting comment yesterday. Look where he is standing now. How close to the plate he is. He said it's the first time in his career he's ever had to make an adjustment in where he stands at the plate. And the reason he has moved in so close is because he can't believe all the outside strikes that are being called by National League umpires this year. He said they were simply pitches I couldn't reach, but they were called strikes, so I had to move up.
He has made one little compensation as he's moved up on the plate. Front foot turned open just a little bit. I don't care how many strikes they call against you out there. You better be sure of your ability to turn on an inside pitch if you're going to move up this close. See the right foot open just a little? That opens his hips up a little.
2 outs. Finley down at second. A count of 2-0 on Caminiti. Fouled off at the plate. 2-1. During this skid that the Padres have been in, they have not taken the lead in many ball games. Only once in their last 8 games have the Padres gotten on the board first. And when you're slumping, that's difficult to be playing from behind every night. Almost becomes impossible.
Especially when you don't have a legit long ball threat in the lineup.
Bruce Bochy has done a good job with this ball club. You didn't hear a lot of talk in spring training about the Padres except to say they might be improved. They got out of the chute as the team to catch in the National League West, and they're still tied for first despite their slump. Here's the 2-1 delivery to Caminiti, lined right at McGriff. And that's it for the Padres in the top half of the first inning. The base hit by Finley is all they get. We go to the bottom half of the first with no score.
Tuesday, June 25th. Get an inside look at the rising stars of basketball. The NBA Draft Preview. Then, find out where they're going when TNT brings you the NBA Draft. It all begins Tuesday, June 25th at 8 on TNT.
Start with the global resources of CNN. Add the style and savvy of Sports Illustrated, and you get what the Associated Press calls a blockbuster. CNN SI, the 24-hour sports news network.
Let's check the Braves batting order. Marquise Grissom will lead it off. Mark Lemke will bat in the 2 spot. Chipper Jones to hit third. Fred McGriff of Glenn will be cleaning up, followed by Ryan Klesko. Jeff Blauser moves into the 6th spot with Eddie Perez catching and batting 7th. Jermaine Dye will hit 8th, and Greg Maddux will complete the batting order. Defensively, the Padres have Henderson in left, Finley in center, Gwynn in right, Caminiti, Sinfranco, Reed, and Thompson make up the infield. Johnson behind the plate, and on the mound, Sean Bergman. By the way, Charlie Relaford calling the balls and strikes tonight. Jim Quick at first, Dana DeMuth at second, and Gary Darling down at third. Batting wraps up all the participants.
And you see the numbers on Sean Bergman. He's 0-1 in his career against Atlanta. .285 Marquise Grissom is hitting as he leads off the bottom of the first and takes a strike. 7 homers, 30 RBIs. Upstairs, 1 ball, 1 strike. Bergman, a sinker slider pitcher. Once in a great while, you'll see a changeup from him, but mostly throws hard. And he's ahead in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Grissom. Grissom, Lemke, and Chipper Jones do up here in the bottom half of the first inning.
Braves got to Bergman the last time they saw him in 2 1/3 innings, and base on balls hurt him. He walked 3, gave up 7 hits, and it got him for 5 runs.
That's all for Grissom. Inside corner fastball caught him looking. 1 away, bottom of the first. Now Mark Lemke.
A lot of movement on his fastball. He wants it on the inside corner. Starts it there. Just enough to catch the inside corner. What's a late movement? Perfect pitch.
Lemke has hit in all 4 games since coming off the disabled list. Now at .304 for the year. He's 6 for 14 since he got off the DL. High and away, ball 1.
He showed
outside 2-0.
Pete, Lemke showed you last year he liked hitting in the 2 spot. He has sure continued that this year. 190 in the 8. That's a tough spot to hit in.
He has flat out won the number 2 spot in this batting order with his performance this year. That little broken bad liner up the middle is going to go through into center field for a base hit. And Lemke aboard with Atlanta's first hit of the night.
And that 333 will go up some. And you know, I always, from a pitcher's standpoint, I really didn't like facing a ball club that had a switch hitter in the number 2 spot, especially a guy hard to strike out. And Lemke, historically in the top 10 in the league and toughest to fan. It doesn't matter what kind of counteraction you want to make, he's going to be having the pitch coming into it.
Chpper Jones at .311, 10 homers, 45 RBIs. He has an 8-game hitting streak going. Takes the first one low, ball 1. But Chpper made a comment today that talking about the fact that a lot of the Braves batting averages haven't really dipped that much, although Fred McGriff, who's on deck, is in a slump right now. He said we're just not getting our hits at the right time. And that's been very true of the Braves the last 5 or 6 games, especially. A lot of scoring opportunities being wasted. Thompson down to second for the force there. Back to first, but not in time to get Chpper Jones. 3-6 in the force play. 2 outs. Chpper at first. And now Fred McGriff, who for the first time in about a month has fallen out of the top 10 in the National League in hitting. He's still at .326 for the year with 18 homers and 60 RBIs, 6th in the league in homers and 4th in the league in RBIs, but only 1 hit in his last 21 at bats. That was a home run yesterday.
Pete, if I could take you back to that statement you said that Chpper Jones made, how many second-year, and we've heard a lot of wisdom from him starting last year as a rookie, how many second-year players can you go to and get that kind of honesty?
Oh, he's much wiser in emotion and thought than he is in years. 1 ball, no strikes. On balk was called on Bergman. Down to second goes Chpper Jones to take away the ball call. Still 0-0 on Fred McGriff.
And they're going to get him for not coming to a complete stop. It's supposed to be, I think the definition says, a discernible stop. Up and a little bit of a change of direction. That was a tacky call.
Lemke, or I should say Chpper Jones at second. 2 outs. And now the pitch to McGriff. 0-1. Sean Bergman with the Detroit Tigers initially in his major league career.
It's an odd trade happened there at the last of spring training. About a 3-for-3, wasn't it? Padres gave up one of their catching prospects.
And they're talking trade again, the Padres and Tigers. San Diego trying to pry Chris Gomez, a shortstop, loose from Detroit. Detroit, of course, looking for pitching. But San Diego saying they're not going to part with any frontline pitchers. They've had a problem at shortstop this year. 4 different people have played there. Here's the 0-1. Into center field. That's going to drop in. Base hit. Chpper Jones around third. He's going to score. Here comes the throw home. Maybe a play at the plate. Nope. And down to second on the throw goes Fred McGriff. 1-0 Atlanta. RBI number 61 for Fred McGriff. And there's what the Braves have been lacking of late. 2-out run scoring hitting.
Runs out away from him. That may have been off the plate, but McGriff not trying to pull it. There's a lot of real estate over in left center field. Finley can play some center field. This should not have been this close.
A run is in. McGriff down at second on the throw, and Ryan Klesko will be the hitter. He's at .281 for the year. 21 homers. 48 runs driven in. High in the air to left field. Ricky Henderson out there waiting. And he puts it away, and the Braves settle for 1. They take the lead on a Fred McGriff 2-out run scoring single. 1-0 Atlanta after 1. 1-0 Atlanta, top half of inning 2. Jason Thompson just up from AAA ball, hitting .292 in the 7 games he's played with San Diego. Swings at the first Greg Maddux pitch, hits it foul down the third base line. Chpper Jones, long run, and can't get to it. Ooh, run off the shoulder of one of the photographers. 0-1.
I appreciate you checking on something and clearing it up about Jason Thompson here. He's from Laguna Hills, California. Jason Thompson Sr., who played, or the other Jason Thompson, is from Laguna Beach, California. And he has a son, I believe, who is about the same age as this Jason Thompson.
But they're no relation.
No relation.
We're told. He's out of this Jason Thompson's out of the University of Arizona. 9th round draft pick back in '93 by the Padres. 1 ball, 1 strike on Thompson. At Las Vegas, he was hitting .330 with 14 homers. 1-2 the count. Big guy is 6'4", 205. He was born in Orlando, but moved out to California. He went to high school. Upstairs, 2-2. Down the right field line, but foul. Still 2 balls, 2 strikes, and Jason Thompson. He looks a lot like one of those Pittsburgh Pirate first basemen the last couple of years. They keep bringing up these youngsters. They're all about 6'4", about 200 pounds, dead pull hitters.
Johnson, right? The big kid of
Mark Johnson, yeah. 2-2 again to Jason Thompson. That's all for the rookie. First strikeout for Maddux, 1 gone.
Oh, yeah, let me disclaim this thing, Pete. This telecast is authorized under broadcasting rights granted by the Atlanta National League Baseball Club. It is intended solely for the entertainment of our audience. Any publication, rebroadcast, retransmission of the pictures or descriptions of this game without the express written consent of the Atlanta National League Baseball Club is prohibited.
Now the shortstop, Archie Cianfrocco, hitting .315 with a homer and 20 RBIs. Taking ball 1. He's playing a little bit out of position at short, but they've tried everybody. They've tried Andujar Cedeno there. They've tried Luis Lopez there. They've tried Craig Shipley there. And with nobody else in the lineup hitting, Cianfrocco with a hot bat is the current shortstop. At the knees, 1-1. He is 0 for 8 in his career against Maddux. Here's the 1-1. Inside corner, 1-2. Fouled off his foot, came all the way back to the pitcher. Still a ball and 2 strikes on Cianfrocco. That could turn out to be another tight division all year long down that National League West, with San Diego now caught by the Dodgers. The Rockies are only a half a game out now with a 6-game winning streak, and the Giants won again today. They're only 2 games out right now. 2 games top to bottom. That's sort of the way that division went last year.
And the Padres are going to finish up against Colorado and LA, playing 7-9 their last 12 ball games against LA and Colorado.
1-2. Off the end of the bat, Maddux gets to this one, juggles it a bit, but hangs on, flips to McGriff, 2 down. And just like the Braves, who have not played Montreal yet, the San Diego Padres have not yet played the Los Angeles Dodgers, so they've got all their games left. And now the catcher and former quarterback, Brian Johnson, 283, 4 homers, 23 RBIs.
This is your favorite into the batter's box, right?
Out of the huddle, just like he did when he was playing quarterback. Jumps up to that plate. A ball and no strikes. There he goes, back to the huddle. Here he comes. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Fly ball hit out to right center field. Grissom drifting back, but has a play in a very easy inning for Greg Maddux as the Padres go 1-2-3. We go to the bottom half of the second. Still 1-0 Atlanta. We go to the bottom half of inning 2. Braves leading at 1-0. Part of the 9 and 10-year-old Roswell Blazers out here at the game tonight. Amongst them, Ashley Diamond, the daughter of our producer. Fresh from a successful season.
I think they finished 4th in about an 11-team tournament. That's a good finish. Congratulations, ladies. Nice going.
Jeff Blauser leads off here in the bottom half of the second. He's hitting .251 for the year. First pitch swinging, pops this one up. Cianfrocco drifting back into shallow left. He's got it, 1 down.
See, those are the kind of plays that are going to be a test for Cianfrocco. It's not catching ground balls and throwing to second and throwing to first, because he's done that at first base. He's done that at third base, but it's going back on the pop-ups and turning the double play. Those are going to be the 2 tests.
One gone. That'll bring up Eddie Perez, who has had a very good year. .339, 3 homers, 7 RBIs. He's basically been used as Steve Avery's personal catcher this year, but he's catching Maddux tonight. That pitch had him fooled. He was bailing. Strike 1. Toward short, Cianfrocco on to first, just in time. Quickly 2 down here in the bottom half of the second. That'll bring up Jermaine Dye. Jermaine getting his second start in right, hitting .294, 3 homers, 5 RBIs. Since David Justice has gone down, we've had Dwight Smith, we've had Jerome Walton, we've had Danny Bautista, we've had Jermaine Dye all out there in right field. Jerome Walton, by the way, working out before the game today, reporting no pain, maybe about ready to come back.
We got a shot. When was it? Friday, I think it was, and all of a sudden it was like something miraculous. It went right to the spot, and he said he felt better almost immediately.
1 ball, 1 strike on Jermaine Dye. Braves leading at 1-0. Fred McGriff driving in a run in the first. A 2-out single. Here's the 1-1. Foul back, 1-2. Two outs, base is empty. Now Bergman and Johnson can't get together. Still can't. Now they're on the same page. Here's the 1-2. Outside corner, strike 3 called. Second strikeout of the game for Bergman. 1-2-3 go the Braves in the second. We've played 2 in Atlanta. It's 1-0 Braves.
Time for us to take a look at our Rogaine leaderboard, not our Rogaine reader board. And our category tonight, National League innings pitched. John Smoltz atop the heat. As a matter of fact, the Braves have 3 of the top 5. And that's a look at our Rogaine leaderboard.
1-0 Atlanta as we go to the top of the third. Jody Reed leads it off. .240, no homers, 26 RBIs. Jody Reed, one of the few in either league that has been an everyday player this year and hasn't been a home run yet. Inside corner, 0-1.
And he's usually the kind of guy that could give Greg Maddux trouble. Waits a long time, a little bit of an inside-out swing, and tries to hit the ball to right center field.
This one to right. Jermaine Dye is there. 1 down. That'll bring up the pitcher, Sean Bergman. Bergman 3 out of 28 as a hitter, but in his last game, a home run off of John Smiley. Braves, however, are not playing him to pull, despite that home run.
Nor do they think he's going to hit it over anybody's head.
Very shallow and around toward right. 0-2. Breaking ball. See, that's what happens, Sean, when you hit home run. You start seeing some of those.
The modified Mel Ott batting style. Left leg comes up, right down on the knob.
Here's the 0-2. Just missed. 1 ball, 2 strikes. First of 3 with the Padres. Tom Glavine against Joey Hamilton tomorrow night. Wednesday, an afternoon game. John Smoltz going for his 14th straight win. He'll be opposed by Bob Tewksbury. That's it for Bergman. That's strikeout number 2 for Greg Maddux. He is now retired. 7 straight, looking more like the vintage Maddux in the early innings tonight. Back to the top of the order now, and Ricky Henderson. Henderson grounded out to short after fouling off. 1 3-2 pitch after another back in the first inning. He's 0-1. Maddux 14-8 lifetime against San Diego. Good ERA 2.76. Little tap towards second. Lemke charging. Fields on the first in time. 8 in a row set down by Maddux. 1-2-3. Go the Padres in the third. Still 1-0 Atlanta.
Tonight, don't miss the TBS special that has critics singing its praises. It's must-see TV for music lovers. Told with loving care. A major achievement. Fans will be crying for more. Ambitious and marvelous. Television documentaries don't get any better. So turn to TBS and turn it up. America's Music, The Roots of Country, a TBS original. Tonight at 10:35 Eastern.
Right here on TBS.
It is 1-0 Atlanta as we go to the bottom half of the third. Greg Maddux, Marquise Grissom, and Mark Lemke due up against Sean Bergman. And Maddux will start things, hitting 129. We told you Tom Glavine will be the pitcher here tomorrow night. He is back in the video room charting tonight's game, but he wants to send along happy birthday wishes to his mother Millie, watching back in Billerica, Massachusetts.
We want to send along, I know you want to join me in sending along our regrets to the family and the friends of one of sports' all-time good guys in an institution, Mel Allen, who died yesterday in Greenwich, Connecticut.
He will be missed.
Yes, he will. What a tremendous man, not just as an announcer, but as a person. And the mark he left on so many lives will be felt for a long time.
Here's the 1-0 to Maddux, going away 2-0. I grew up listening to Mel Allen.
Ditto over here.
Here's the 2-0 pitch. 3-0 on Greg Maddux. And how about that? On 4 pitches, Greg Maddux draws a leadoff walk to start the third.
It gives the managers gray hair, your pitching coach's upset stomach, and that's how you end up with 3-6 records too. And the Braves, when they are on a roll, you were talking before about how they couldn't put together things. The Braves, when they are playing well, you don't make a mistake like that without it costing you at least one.
Marquise Grissom, a strikeout victim in the first. Anthony's 0-1. San Diego expecting the bunt from Marquise. They had both Jason Thompson and Ken Caminiti charging there, but Marquise doesn't bunt very often.
And I think all he was trying to do there was make the strike zone jump around a little bit more for a guy who had just missed 4 in a row.
And this is inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Caught the corner. 1-2. Nobody out. Maddux at first. We're in the bottom half of the third. Braves leading at 1-0.
one of the things that would always make people scratch their heads about, those of us who stood in the middle of the diamond. Throw 4 in a row wide of the strike zone and make 2 perfect pitches to a guy hitting 200 points higher.
Foul away the 1-2 pitch. Still a ball and 2 strikes. I know why so many pitchers like to play golf in their spare time. The games are very similar. Just when you think you've got it mastered,
bite you.
Along comes a Greg Maddux.
Yep.
And you walk him on 4 straight. It's like that easy par 3. You knock 2 into the drink, take a 9. Sharply hit. Caminiti can't get to it. Base hit left field. Maddux will pull up at second base. Runners now first and second. Nobody out. That's hit number 3.
Then you miss your tee shot on the par 5. Only Marquise didn't. Down to the strike zone. Pulled it past Caminiti. He wanted a ground ball, but I have a feeling he wanted that ball a little bit more away from Marquise Grissom. Sean Bergman is the type pitcher that's going to give up far more ground balls than fly balls.
Now we'll see if Bobby Cox has Lemke bunting. Lemke's been a hot hitter, a base hit in the first inning, 7 for 15 since coming off the disabled list. His batting average for the year up to .308 now.
Yours and thousands of others.
Padres expecting a bunt. Caminiti in on the grass at third. Thompson likewise at first.
Well, it might be a little bit of a surprise to see Lemke bunt as he has been hitting, Pete, but the middle of the lineup this year, look at the difference. One of the reasons the Braves can lose a David Justice, like we were talking about, is that each of these 3 has kicked it up a notch, and the power numbers are higher too.
Lemke squares, gets down a good bunt. It'll be fielded by Caminiti. Juggles it on to first. Just got him. Moving over to third is Maddux. Down to second, Marquise Grissom. It'll go as a 5-4 sacrifice, and almost another error by the Padres, and that's been a part of their problem during this skid too. Their defense, which was so sharp early, has left them.
Another reason you like having Mark Lemke in the 2 spot. He is a good bunter. From the left side, it's so much easier to bunt the right-hander. From the right side, so much easier to bunt the left-hander, and he is also unselfish. He didn't foul away one and take a strike and then say, because I want to hit. First pitch he got that he could bunt, he laid it down nicely.
Chipper Jones reached on a fielder's choice in the first inning, came around to score the Atlanta run. Now runners second and third, 1 out here in the third. 0-1 the count. The 0-1 pitch grounded down the right field line. Fair ball headed toward the right field corner. In to score Maddux around third, and scoring is Marquise Grissom. Chipper Jones slides in safely with a 2-run double. Braves lead it 3-0. 15th double. RBIs 46 and 47 for Chipper Jones.
Probably sometime tonight Sean Bergman will lament this ball hit just inside the bag. The Grissom ball hit just out of the reach of Caminiti at third, but it all started with a walk to the pitcher. A perfect bunt by Lemke allowed that ball just inside the bag to give the Braves a little breathing room.
Now Fred McGriff, who singled in a run in the first inning. Chipper Jones taking off. There's the throw to third, and Chipper Jones is in there safely, even though his slide brought him up a little short of the bag. He took advantage of Caminiti playing so far off the line at third, but watch this slide come up short, and he's still safe.
And he took advantage of the fact that he was totally ignored. Here's the slide. It was a it was an 87-foot slide. If he slides all the way, he's probably out, because Caminiti had the bag blocked with his foot when his arm should have gotten there. Hello. The old decoy slide. give an arm, take it away, and they continue to steal on Brian Johnson. I think he has thrown out 2 out of 26, or only one out of
26.
1 out of 26. Broken belt, the ultimate sacrifice by a third base coach. He says, "Here, take mine." So Jimmy glad that he doesn't jog as much as he used to and do all the sit-ups, because now his britches will stay up by themselves. Chipper's probably going to have a little room in there. He may have to tie that.
It's the 6th stolen base of the year for Chpper Jones.
Just wrap it around back, tuck it in.
They count 1 ball, no strikes on McGriff. That's fouled away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Still only 1 out of the inning. 3 runs, 4 hits for Atlanta, no runs, 1 hit for the Padres. Chpper Jones breaks from third. He scores with no play. That'll be a wild pitch. It's 4-0, and everything going wrong for the Padres again tonight.
That may be a pass ball, Pete, because he had a glove on that. I know that it was way inside. Be interested to get another look at it to see what they call it. But if you watch Brian Johnson, sure, it's inside, but he got a glove on that. It's going to be a wild pitch. But that hit right off the heel of his glove.
This is so typical of the way things have gone for the Padres of late. Here's the 1-2 on the way down to McGriff. Low and inside, 2-2. We talked about their hitting, only hitting .212 during the slump. We talked about their pitching, the ERA up around 5 during the slump. Add the defensive problems to that. In the first 56 games played by the Padres this year, they only allowed 17 unearned runs. They've allowed 16 unearned runs in their last 13 games. Chpper getting the right size belt in that Braves dugout.
And this is also so atypical of a Maddux game. This is his quota for the entire game now. Normally 4 runs, and here we are in the bottom of 3rd. He'll go out there in the top of the 4th inning with at least a 4-0 lead.
2-2, the count of McGriff. Down the left field line, but slicing foul. And the count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. Again fouled away. Still 2-2. McGriff with a home run in the game yesterday, and he just missed the second home run in the 9th inning after that rain delay when he hit one into the upper deck, but fouled by about 10 feet. Having a tremendous year. The RBI in the first inning, his 61st RBI of the year. Going into tonight's play, the league leader in the National League, Jeff Bagwell of Houston, 65. So McGriff very close to the top of that category. We talked about that lopsided trade, the Glenn Davis deal, the deal that the Braves and the San Diego Padres made. Very lopsided in the Braves' favor with Fred McGriff coming over. The only player left of the 3 the Braves gave up in the San Diego organization is outfielder Vince Moore, and he is hitting .206 at the AA level.
Melvin Davis plying his trade now, and quite well for the Detroit Tigers.
And the other pitcher, Donnie Elliott, now in the Phillies organization. On the ground to second, Jody Reed over the first in time. 2 down. That'll bring up Ryan Klesko, fly to left. His first time up. 4-0. Atlanta leads it. They got a run on the first 3 so far here in the third. To left field. Henderson back to the warning track, to the wall, off the top of the wall. Klesko heads for second. Up with the ball is Finley, and Klesko in with a stand-up double. That just missed going out. For Ryan Klesko, his 7th double of the year.
Well, lately he's not getting a lot of hits. He's only 5 out of his last 17, but he is really nailing the ball. A lot of extra base hits. He's hitting just a shade over 215 for the last 11 ball games. But it seems like when he does connect, it's a homer or it's a double. I think he might have thought he had himself a little dinger there till he got to first and then decided to kick it up a notch.
That is the 5th hit off of Bergman. It'll bring up the shortstop Jeff Blauser, who popped out to short his first time up. Trying times for any manager when your team plays so well for so long and then all of a sudden, inexplicably almost, goes in completely the opposite direction. Inside, ball 1. On the ground, nice stop by Caminetti. He's going to look toward third to see if he has a play on Klesko. No play there. No chance to throw out Blauser. He did save a run there by making that stop. That's a double if he doesn't.
Just before we last saw the Padres, he made a play like this in San Diego and threw the runner out. But once he crossed the line and got onto his back, he had no chance. He was just kind of hoping Klesko would round the bag wide and head toward the plate. Jimmy Williams right on top of it.
And runners now at first and third. 6th hit of the game off of Bergman. And that earns him a visit from Dan Worthen, the Padres pitching coach.
Seeing him go out there made me think of something I wanted to say a little bit earlier. You were talking about Bruce Bochy and how it's trying times, and when you talk to players about Bruce Bochy, they say in spring training you really didn't know he was there. He says he's great to play for. He lets you play. But the second part of that you don't hear about a lot of managers. They said he lets his coaches coach. So he entrusts them with responsibility. Now he's the guy that signs his name to the bottom line, but he has hired coaches he trusts and he lets them coach.
Here's Eddie Perez all the way to the backstop again. Breaking from third is Ryan Klesko with run number 5 of the night.
That should be a pass ball. That was a breaking ball that was inside. It wasn't too far to reach for it. There you go with the breaking ball. Inside. Got to get that reject button out of the middle of the mitt.
Down to second, Jeff Blauser after Klesko scored. Fouled off by Perez. And a count, 1 ball, 1 strike. 5 runs, 6 hits now for the Braves. No runs, 1 hit for the Padres. And take it back to the beginning of the inning. A leadoff walk to the pitcher. Got this whole thing started.
Remember we said back then, when the Braves are going well, a mistake like that will cost you at least 1.
Perez grounded out to short his first time up and is behind in the count here, 1-2.
Klesko's ball is the only one that's been hit hard in the inning, but when you track back through the mistakes, the walk to the pitcher, ignoring Chpper Jones and letting him run, a wild pitch, a pass ball.
Here's the 1-2, fouled off, still 1-2. The 5 runs scored by the Braves in this game so far, the most runs they have scored in a game since back on the 9th of June, the last game of the Colorado series, when they scored 8 runs. They have scored 3, 4, 2, 3, 3, 2, and 2 since then. So Greg Maddux, the beneficiary of something the Braves have not been doing much of lately, getting a lot of runs and getting them early tonight. That's all for Perez. Bergman records his 3rd strikeout. But a good inning for Atlanta. They plate 4. And at the end of 3, it's 5-0 Braves. As we go to the 4th inning, time for tonight's Aflac trivia question, which is, who was the only player to win batting titles in 3 different decades? And we'll have the answer for you in the bottom half of the inning. Right now it's 5-0 Atlanta. Greg Maddux pitching in luxury tonight, Don.
Yeah, he's not used to seeing this. 5 runs, 6 hits for the Padres. Maddux working on a 1-hitter. He has set down 8 in a row as he faces Steve Finley to lead it off here in the 4th inning. His first one is a strike, 0-1. Finley, the only base hit of the ballgame, a 1-out single in the 1st inning. Finley now 10 out of 45 against Greg Maddux. Good changeup, 0-2. And Maddux able to get into grab it and go mode tonight. He hasn't had to back off and change his tempo, and it shows right there. 1, 2, 3, go sit down. Strikeout number 3 for Greg Maddux. And it'll bring up Tony Gwynn. Last time up, Gwynn with Finley on first was asked to execute the hit and run. He did all the right things. He grounded the ball towards second. Unfortunately for the Padres, the Braves had decided to have Jeff Blauser cover, leave Lemke at home, and turned it out to be a nice ground out. He fouls away the curveball, 0-1.
Highest batting average in his career among all active players.
Remember, he won the batting title a few years ago at what, 312, 313, something like that, and apologized to the fans. Off the fist, a chance for Jeff Blauser. Gwynn is gone, and it's 10 in a row now set down by Greg Maddux.
Playing with a bad right heel. They've had a special shoe designed for him to wear on that right foot. He's been able to stay in the lineup, but I don't think he runs quite as well as he used to.
Looks like he's going with turf shoes, not baseball spikes, and you can see
they've got special cushioning in them, especially in the right one.
Yep, it's built up there. So quickly, 2 outs here in the 4th inning. Here's Caminiti. He lined to McGriff his last time up. Fouls back the fastball, 0-1. Nothing but strikes from Greg Maddux in the inning. There's a ball, 1-1. Beautiful night here in Atlanta. Temperature in the middle to upper 70s. Just a few clouds off in the distance. Just a perfect summer evening. Changeup gets him, and it's 1-2. That's outside. Make it 2-2. And if you folks are coming into the games, plan your parking ahead. Not so much tickets, but parking now. ACOG has roped off part of the north lot here. The nearest parking lately is going to be in Chattanooga. Got him. 1-2-3 inning for Maddux. Maddux has now set down 11 in a row. To the bottom of the 4th, the Braves lead it 5-0.
Let's give you the answer to tonight's Aflac trivia question. Who was the only player to win batting titles in 3 different decades? George Brett, 1976, 1980, and 1990.
You forget he had stuck around that long, and may I add that I most happily, no, I wasn't happy. I did contribute to those, though. With regularity, unfortunately. Jermaine Dye will lead it off. The Braves sent 8 men to bat last inning, put a 4 spot on the board, lead it 5-0. Dye in his only at bat struck out looking. Two and 0 the count. Braves involved in a number of promotions this summer. Backhanded by Caminetti. He can play some third. He plays hard-nosed third. And the first one is gone here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Braves involved in a number of promotions this summer, and some of them have to do with the fact that it's the final season here at Atlanta Fulton County Stadium, and tonight a commemorative keychain night. Been here for a while, but next year over across the road into the new stadium. Here's Maddux. Grounds the first one toward Reed at second. Nice convenient hop, and quickly 2 are gone here in the 4th inning. That's kind of been the way it's been for Sean Bergman tonight. A nice first inning, well, a run in the first inning, then a 1-2-3 second inning, and then it came unraveled in the third, and now here he is giving up ground ball outs again. In the second inning, a pop to short, a grounder to short, and a strikeout. And I have a feeling that what we're seeing out of him this inning is vintage Bergman. A lot of ground balls. He throws a heavy sinking fastball. And a pretty good breaking ball, if you ask Marquise Grissom.
Well, the Padres pitching has been good this year. They've ranked right up there with the Braves and Dodgers all year. But this stretch they're in right now, this kind of thing's been happening to a lot of their starters.
Some of the other games in progress. Another good curveball from Bergman.
Just like to the Braves starters, Don. You saw those ERAs on our open tonight.
Yeah, 6 for the last 10 ball games. Showcase fastball. It's outside. It's now 1-2.
Since June 2nd. And that's what, 15 days ago, the only Braves starting pitcher to win a game has been John Smoltz.
Off the fist. Still 1-2. Coming into this ball game, the Padres are 27-20. Their earned run average just a shade under 3.9. Their relievers 10-12 1-loss record, but that's always misleading with a reliever. But the earned run average for the bullpen right at 3. And they rank in the top 5 in the National League in that pitching category. LA atop the heap. Grissom stays alive, still 1-2.
Problem now for San Diego on their pitching staff is they just lost one of their best pitchers. Andy Ashby had to go on the disabled list. Bad right shoulder. Won't be eligible until later on this month, almost the end of the month, to come off the list.
And they hope he'll be 100% by then. Count evens at 2-2 to Marquise Grissom.
He was 7-2 with a 298 earned run average. And he went down.
And he was the kind of guy you like to have out there. He's a battler and a very competitive guy. The 2 veterans they have on his starting staff, Fernando Valenzuela and Bob Tewksbury, are both good leaders, or good examples. That's back into the crowd, still 2-2.
We will see Bob Tewksbury on Wednesday pitching against John Smoltz. That's a day game.
And there is Fernando Valenzuela.
We miss him this series.
He's done a good job with them. As you can see right there, talks all the time, doesn't he? That's hook foul, so Grissom trading in a Louisville slugger for one more swing. This is reminiscent of the at-bat that Henderson and Maddux had earlier, the battle that he had. We're going to have a second here. I'd like to join my buddy Bill Clark down in Tiger Point, down in Gulf Breeze, Florida, and wishing his mom Minnie over in Montgomery a very happy birthday and a speedy recovery to Tish Parker at Crawford Long Hospital. Also congratulate Mary and Chris Andrews, triplets born about 10 days ago. Emily, Hayden, and Alexandra all are doing well. Alex had to stay in Northside Hospital for a little bit. She's up to 4 pounds now. Missed inside, 3 and 2. Triplets. Emily Ann, 4 pounds 3 ounces. Hayden Michael, 414, and little Alexandra Marie, 313. But she's eating well. She's up to 4. Headed toward right field. So Grissom wins the duel. He gets his second hit of the night. He's 2 out of 3. 7th hit of the night for the Braves. It'll bring Mark Lemke to the plate. Mark, a perfect night. A single and a beautiful sacrifice laid down in the 3rd inning that moved Maddux and Grissom along.
Pitch was maybe not even a strike, and Marquise Grissom reaching for it, punches it between 1st and 2nd. Kind of a one-handed swing.
See how he held onto the bat with a left hand, Pete? I wonder if he might not have rolled his wrist over and hurt himself a little bit. He was favoring it a bit down at first base. He'll draw the attention of Sean Bergman. Marquise with a dozen steals. Probably not running here, up by 5. He's got to where he's a little more selective about his spots when he takes off. First one is high, and it's 1-0. Jimmy Williams passing on marching orders to Grissom and to Lemke. Changeup is low, and it's 2-0. He's going. And Brian Johnson's futility continues. He has only thrown out 1 out of 27 this year.
Didn't have much on that throw at all. Marquise doesn't get that big a jump on Bergman, but this throw just floats down to second base. Good accuracy, but not much on it.
And Grissom with his 13th steal stands at second. It's 2-1 to Mark Lemke. Padres now with a runner at second will go to their combination of signs. All that means something. Even at 2-2 to Lemke. Normally if a catcher gives you a sign and he doesn't give a location, it's a breaking ball or an off-speed pitch. But if he pats back and forth, gives you a location, it could be a fastball. See if Johnson has those tendencies. Either a changeup or something straight or a pickoff, I guess.
You know, we talk about Johnson's throwing problems. It's one of the predicaments that Bruce Bochy has with this ball club right now. His team is not hitting, but Johnson carries a .283 batting average, and he has some power, 4 home runs, but he can't throw anybody out on the base paths. His other catcher, Brad Ausmus, has thrown out 33% of base runners, but is only hitting .180.
So what you'd like to have is 1 to catch and 1 to DH, but unfortunately the National League doesn't have the DH. The 2-2 pitch to Lemke. Down low, full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Chpper Jones waits on deck. And the pace has slowed considerably. Good pitch from Bergman. Well, the Braves come up empty here in the 4th inning. Leave Grissom stranded at second. We have completed 4. It's 5-0 Atlanta. Beautiful skyline here in Atlanta on a beautiful evening, and a good scoreboard if you're a Braves fan. The Braves lead at 5-0 as we go to the 5th. It has been vintage Greg Maddux. It has been the Braves offense that we recall, opportunistic. Ground ball toward Lemke, 1 knee. One pitch, one out. That's 12 in a row set down by Greg Maddux since the single by Finley with one out in the first. I want to welcome some friends from over in my neighborhood. I was born in Clio, Alabama. Headland, Alabama's Dixie Minor League baseball team. You're the coach. They're 13-1. They're 9-10-year-olds. They're a good bunch of kids, and they've had themselves a great summer. So congratulations to Bruce Rowland and all the kids from Headland. Inside out swing, but Jermaine Dye positioned perfectly. See, that's when you're going good as a pitcher. You make a pitch, a guy hits it right on the nose, and you look up and it's a ho-hum out.
Same thing happened in the first inning with a runner at second base and 2 outs. Ken Caminiti line drive right at McGriff.
That's why those 8 other guys are there. Here's Brian Johnson. He flied to center his first time up. To right center field where Grissom is now stationed. Here's strike one to Johnson. Down low, 1-0. I hadn't noticed that till you pointed me out.
And he does it between every pitch. Back to the huddle, just like when he was quarterbacking in college.
Red right, 37 on 2. Break.
Run up to the line.
One thing, though, he does not fit into the run and gun offense. He's got the run part and the single. Second hit of the night allowed by Greg Maddux. So Johnson stands at first. He's going to bring up Jody Reed. Jody Reed played right into the defense last time up. He took a pitch up and away from Greg Maddux, hit it to right field. Jermaine Dye, who is now moving in 3 or 4 steps, caught it right in his tracks. Johnson hasn't swiped a base this year. Greg Maddux just letting him know he knows he's over there. He has a 5-0 lead. Inside corner. Reed not sure. No balls, 1 strike.
Jody Reed led the American League in doubles back in 1990 at 45 for the Boston Red Sox. That was tops in the league. Edgar Martinez in the American League right now, and this is June 17th, has 36 doubles.
Did not go, says Jim Quick, and it's 1-1. 36
doubles. He is on a pace to hit 87 doubles this year, which would be 20 more than anybody had ever hit in the major leagues.
And the middle 50s led last year. Albert Bell.
Right.
Mark Grace had a bunch of them over here, but he was nowhere near 60. Breaking ball stays high. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Reed, a 286 hitter. Scott Sanders starts to tune it up in the Padres bullpen. That 286 coming lifetime against Greg Maddux. On the ground, Chpper Jones is there. Short route, that'll do it. Padres get a base hit, nothing more here in the 5th inning. No runs, a hit, no errors, 1 left. We're halfway home. Joe and Skipper on the way. It's 5-0 Braves.
Well, we go to the bottom half of the 5th inning. Braves enjoying a comfortable 5-0 lead. Along with Skip Caray, Joe Simpson to take you the rest of the way on TBS, and a more Greg Maddux-like outing tonight.
For whatever reason, whether it's the catcher or whether he's just refound the magic. What was it, the first time he got him in order in 3 straight innings since May the 5th?
May 7th against Colorado. That was an amazing stat that in the 2nd and 3rd inning when he retired the side in order. First time in well over a month that he had done that back-to-back. Chpper Jones will lead off for Atlanta here in the 5th inning. He drove in a couple of runs in the 4-run 3rd inning.
Sure, Pete and Don talked about it, but boy, we're all saddened by the passing of Mel Allen, a true great in our business.
He will be sorely missed. Sean Bergman still out there, delivers. Hard hit, but right at Reed, 1 out. pitcher spot due up first for the Padres in the 6th inning. So we'll wait to see if Sanders gets up and begins to loosen up again. Fred McGriff tonight, 1 out of 2. He drove in a run in the 1st inning with a 2-out hit. 61st RBI of the year. Lefties have had some success against Bergman this year, hitting .297, and tonight left-handers 4 for 9 against him, including a double by Jones and a double by Klesko. Good pitch, 1-1. There haven't been that many balls hitting the upper deck in this ballpark, fair or foul. That was kind of fun to watch that one Fred hit yesterday. Sends this one a mile high, but playable for Henderson or Finley. It'll be Ricky Henderson. 2 out.
Would have been a lot more fun if he could have straightened it out, but boy, he did hit it.
Brian Klesko up there with 2 outs. He doubled in the 3rd inning and scored a run on a pass ball. Chpper Jones and Fred McGriff with 15 doubles lead the team. That was close. Klesko now with 7 doubles. Changeup and a good one. 1-1. .30 of Ryan's 66 hits have been extra base hits. Fastball misses. 2-1. Padres a good road team. They're 19-13 on the road. Sean Bergman has been good on the road until tonight. 0-5 at home, but 3-1 on the road. See ya. Tony Gwynn's having a good look at it. Number 22. Tony Gwynn and Steve Finley are both very good outfielders. They both get a good read off the bat, and they both stood and watched that one. Neither one made a move.
Just turned around to see how far it would go. 22 homers, 49 RBI.
That ties him with Sammy Sosa for the league lead.
Boy, a fastball right there. I don't know if that's where you want to pitch it.
Boy. And he just missed a home run to left field when he hit the double. Look out. Jeff Blauser has to duck out of the way. Not so surprising, perhaps.
It's a breaking ball, it looked like.
Yeah.
But I think that may have been.
Sometimes you can get away with that when you say, well, it was a breaking ball.
Yeah.
But if it was an intentional high inside breaking ball, it's a different story, and the pitcher's spot due up first in the top of the next inning. I doubt that Mr. Bergman will get a chance to bat. Count 1-1. Scott Sanders loosening up again in the Padre bullpen. Off the plate. Fair ball. Johnson booted it. Johnson pushed Blauser out of the way, and then when he went out to get it, had it hit off his glove. He's having a tough night back there.
That's an error on the catcher. In his anxiety, Blauser didn't have any idea where the ball was. Look at it again. He's a former football player, is Johnson, and he saw it, and Jeff didn't. Put him in a bad place, right in the glove.
I guess he didn't have time to get his mask off, and maybe that distorted his view a little bit about where that ball was coming down. Hit off the edge of his glove, and Perez has a chance with 2 out. Eddie's 0 for 2. And he got a piece of Johnson with the foul ball. Braves leading it 6-0. Like that missed the shin guard altogether.
Yeah, I got him just above it, it looked like.
And Charlie Rutherford trying to give him a little time here. Dusting off a very clean home plate just to help the catcher out a little bit. The 1-1 pitch, foul. Good to see Jimmy Williams got a belt back. Had to give his to Chpper Jones when Chipper broke his belt sliding into third earlier. What'd you call him? Jimmy Williams when he took his belt off?
Sansa belt, Jimmy Williams. Whoops. Balked.
I'm not sure what happened, but Jimmy Williams was waving Blauser over right away. Something happened before Bergman even turned around, and Bruce Bochy wants an explanation too. But whatever Jimmy Williams saw, Jim Quick saw it right away also. You cannot come out to argue a balk. Bochy only wants an explanation. Oh, there's a runner at first. He went into his windup and stepped off.
But he'd already started the windup.
He already started the windup. He forgot about the runner at first.
When he started that, Blauser took off.
He stepped back, but his motion with his glove up to his mouth and the movement back like he was about to rock back, that was a little bit too much combined.
Second balk of the night for him.
And Bruce Bochy treading a very fine line here. And it looks like he's going to head back to the dugout and stay in the game.
First 2 balks of the year for Bergman.
Well, a balk proved very costly in the first inning with 2 outs. He balked Jones to second, and Fred McGriff followed with a single to center and drove him in. Pitch to Perez, breaking ball, hooked foul.
They estimate that home run off the bat at Klesko at 437 feet. Pretty good poke.
There wasn't much doubt about it, that's for sure. Yeah, about 437, 438, somewhere in there, Green. The 0-2 to Perez. Hit hard, base hit, right center field. Maybe a chance for a double. Tony Gwynn tried to slide and knock it down, and he missed it altogether. Eddie on his way to third, and he's going to make it standing, and we'll wait to see how they score it. He'll get an RBI. It's 7-0.
Look at the divots out there. They score it as a triple. Here comes Bochy, and they're going to double switch as you watch the play all over again. So a triple for Eddie Perez. Another run is in.
Run, Eddie, run. Like when Gwynn tried to slide, he just bit like a golf ball out there, and the ball went under his leg. And so as the Padres do a little groundwork and make their change on the mound, it's going to be Scott Sanders coming to the hill. We'll take this time out. Back to the bottom half of the 5th inning. Braves have pushed across 2 more runs, and the Padres, as a result, have made a double switch here. Louis Lopez will come on and play second base, and he'll bat in the 9 spot, which is the leadoff position in the 6th inning. And Scott Sanders is the new pitcher. He will bat in the 8th spot in the lineup, replacing Jody Reed, who comes out of the ball game. You look at Sanders' numbers. He has allowed 5 home runs this year in 34 innings, but the league only hitting .219 against him. This ball club has some good arms on it, Skip. Some good starting pitching, some good pitchers in their bullpen. But they've gone through a stretch like the Braves of late where they've just been a little inconsistent.
And they're a veteran club. They ought to be able to right the ship without much. Guys like Henderson and Finley and Caminiti have been around for a while.
The runner at third, Eddie Perez, belongs to Sean Bergman. And Jermaine Dye stands in to face Sanders. Jermaine tonight has struck out, grounded out. Caminiti made a nice play on him last time around. Jermaine looking for his 6th RBI. Breaking ball a little bit outside. 2-0 the count. A couple of interesting things happening today in baseball with Mark Whitten being placed on waivers by the Phillies and Jeffrey Hammond's being sent back to AAA by the Orioles. That surprised me.
Me too.
2-0 pitch. Another breaking ball missed. Maddux waiting on deck, and they may be trying to stay away from Jermaine Dye a little bit and work to Maddux. Pitch, another breaking ball, but that's a strike. 3-1. Is that Eddie Perez's first big league triple?
I would guess that it is, but I'm not sure.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say it is too. Yes, it is. Jermaine Dye swings and misses at another breaking ball. Full count. In fact, since 1987, when Eddie started playing pro ball, he's only hit 4 triples. Full count. He stays alive. That ball get through the screen? Boy, heads up. Keep your face away from that hole in the screen, sir.
Nice shot. Got to get something for that.
Another swing. Payoff pitch. Breaking ball off the mask of Johnson. Knocked his mask right off his face. Boy, what a night for Brian Johnson. A couple of hard hits already this inning.
Wow. We roughed Piazza up last night. Didn't bother him any. Or yesterday afternoon, rather. Same with Johnson tonight.
Another 3-2 pitch coming. Breaking ball, and that's all he has seen. Now back out of play. Padres have had a lot of injuries they've had to cope with, not the least of which, of course, Wally Joyner. But Scott Livingstone, a very valuable pinch hitter for them, out with a back strain. Craig Shipley, a versatile infielder, out with a hamstring injury. And Andy Ashby, one of the starters in the rotation, just placed on the DL with a bad shoulder. Again, the 3-2 pitch, fastball this time, and he got him. Sanders came back with a good heater up and away. The inning comes to an end, but the Braves get 2 runs. On 2 hits, there was an error and 1 left. We've played 5, 7-0 Braves.
Your mission, should you choose to accept it. Find your first target and take it out.
There will be no second warning.
Get ready. You must return to Mayberry.
You mean to tell me that's all there is to it?
Next, gather your old team together and prepare yourself for the past.
Oh, this I gotta see.
Take your time. You have 30 years to complete this task.
As to what happens next, I don't know.
Remember, you go into action at 8:05 Eastern Wednesday. Good luck from TBS.
It's gonna be something, too.
Here's a look at the Budweiser summary. Greg Maddux has been in complete control. Fred McGriff has driven in yet another run. 2-run double for Chpper, and a good night for Ryan Klesko as well, Joe Simpson.
Right you are, Skip Caray, and Luis Lopez will lead off the inning for the Padres. Lopez came in the double switch in the bottom half of the 5th, hitting 176 on the year, 188 left-handed, 0 for 6 on the year right-handed.
Hey, a friend of ours, Ed Shearer, and his wife Mary Jane, celebrating their 35th wedding anniversary tonight. Ed's celebrating it, working for AP at the ballpark.
Congratulations. Got him with the changeup. That's been a terrific pitch for him again tonight. The old Maddux changeup, and he has his 5th strikeout.
This is vintage. Joe's right. Swings over the top. It goes down and away.
Only 2 hits allowed, an infield off the end of the bat single by Steve Finley in the 1st, and a line drive to right by Brian Johnson in the 5th. Henderson swings at the first pitch and slices it down the line, but out of play.
Jeffrey Hammond's hitting just 237, but he had 6 homers, 19 RBIs as a part-time player.
Well, they sent Tarasco out earlier.
Yeah.
I wonder if this is another effort to try to get some more playing time for Bobby Bonilla.
I don't know. But Tony Tarasco's on the injured list down at AAA at Rochester.
Right. Henderson's going to need some new lumber. And despite Ricky's average, which right now is at 220, the amazing thing is his on-base percentage is 420 because he reaches so many times by walks. 64 walks already. More walks and runs than he has hits. And that's key for him. He's just got to get on base. 1-1. Hit hard to center. Grissom was shallow. He's going to have to go. Still going. Can't get it off the bottom of the wall. Ricky Henderson hits one 402 feet to dead center field. He's got a double.
There's life in him yet. That pitch didn't do much. Sort of hung out over the plate. And Marquise, playing shallow, had no chance for this one. Played it well to keep it at a double.
3rd double of the year for Henderson. And Steve Finley has a chance to drive him in. Finley had that infield hit in the 1st. He struck out in the 4th on some good changeups. Just a 200 career hitter against Maddux, but does have a home run. And now Greg wants to go through the signs again with Eddie Perez. Only the 2nd time tonight they've had a runner at second base. Finley was the other.
Three, 2, 1, 4, 4.
Phone numbers. Outside with a fastball, 1-0. Something interesting, I thought, when Maddux was warming up before the game. Normally the starting catcher. Where's the pitch? Good pitch. 1-1 the count. Starting catcher will go down and catch the starter for a couple of minutes for a few pitches and then go back to the dugout. Tonight Eddie Perez was down there almost the entire time Maddux was warming up. Caught him himself while Tyler Houston stood in as a make-believe batter on the corner.
Whether or not having a different catcher has helped. I know the 7 runs have not done Greg any harm out there tonight.
That didn't hurt. He had quite a few runs to work with in Colorado, though, as I recall. Right back to him. Henderson stops at second base, made no effort to go to 3rd. Maddux really didn't even check him. 2 down, and Tony Gwynn will have a chance to drive in a run.
Well, let's assume that this game winds up 7-1 or 7-2 or 12-2. What do you do next time it's Greg Maddux' turn?
I don't know how you could change. If you had some success, I don't know how you could deviate from that.
What does that do to the mind of your other catcher?
That's difficult. Tony Gwynn 0 for 2, and that's a rarity. He takes a strike. But this was something Bobby decided to try.
He said it was a one-time experiment only, but it was nothing when he said that.
1-1 to Gwynn. He might have to talk to Greg and ask him, you know, did it make that much difference, or was it just circumstances with a big lead, and then make his determination. Good pitch on the corner. 1-2. I don't think Tony liked that call. Tony with a total of 13 strikeouts. I'm sorry, 9 strikeouts and 220 at bats. Hits that one off the end of the bat. Klesko is playing shallow, but nobody's going to get there. And Tony Gwynn has the base hit and the RBI. Padres are on the board. Came on a pitch down and away from him, and he just flicked his magic wand.
And that's a good description of the way he bats with 2 strikes. It is a magic wand. Right off the end of the bat, but just enough to drop it into short left field.
Let's give that one a strike.
No.
That was well off the plate. It's like he got up on his tiptoes to reach that one. His 31st RBI. Caminetti, the hitter. He goes for the downs and comes up empty. Two hits in the inning. 4 hits overall for San Diego. Good changeup again to Caminetti. He's ahead of him 0-2. Padre third baseman tonight lined out to McGriff at first, struck out in the 4th. Good breaking ball, got him. 3 pitches. Caminetti down on strikes. 6 strikeouts for Maddux now in the night, but the Padres are on the board. They get a run on 2 hits. They strand one, and we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. 7-1 Braves. Well, a terrific view of the state capital of Georgia. We're just a few blocks away from the ballpark.
And ACOG doesn't have any trailers in the Capitol yet.
I'm sure they've garnered several parking places over there.
I'm sure they have. If you're coming to the game, folks, and you don't have season parking, really consider taking the rapid transit, as parking is becoming more and more at a premium with the passing of every day.
Greg Maddux has walked and scored a run. He'll lead off the 6th inning for Atlanta. Maddux, Grissom, and Lemke against Scott Sanders. An update on some scores around baseball. Barry Bonds homered for the Giants, the only run of that ball game. That game's in a rain delay. Hey, Detroit's fought back against Oakland, despite a home run by Geronimo Barroa, former Brave. 0-2 to Maddux. Having a fog delay in Milwaukee. Fastball outside. A ball and 2 strikes to Greg Maddux, who's now 4 for 32 on the year. Good breaking ball. And a lean back out of the way of that one. I don't blame you, Greg. Good pitch by Sanders. 2 straight strikeouts for him. Marquise Grissom's had a good night. He's 2 for 3 with a run scored and a stolen base. Talking about Johnson having a rough night. The Braves have stolen a couple of bases against him tonight. Jones has 1. Grissom has 1. He's only 1 for 27 this year against base stealers.
1-0 to Grissom. Sanders out of Hannibal, Missouri. 6'4", 220. Well, they had some big guys. Slow roller up the middle. Cianfrocco has it. Throws him out.
That's where Mark Twain used to hang out. Hannibal Mo. Joe?
Somewhere in that area. Right on the river, didn't he?
Oh, yeah, Hannibal, you would be right on the river.
Actually, the river came to Hannibal a couple of years ago.
Boy, did it ever. That's beautiful country up there.
Mark Lemke tonight. Singled in the first, but on a great sacrifice bunt in the third inning that set up a 4-run inning. Fanned in the fourth. Sends a fly ball into shallow left. Henderson had him played shallow and makes the catch, and the inning comes to an end. A good 1-2-3 inning for Sanders. We've played 6 innings in Atlanta. 7-1 Braves. We've played 6 innings here in Atlanta. Braves enjoying a 7-1 lead with Maddux on the mound, and here to take you the rest of the way, Skip Caray.
Well, if you miss your dad, why don't you get home? Just kidding.
Skip's back.
We go to the 7th inning. Jason Thompson leads it off. And a change of pace to start him off. He is struck out, grounded to second. He's a good-looking prospect. He was hitting .330 in Las Vegas out of the University of Arizona. Had 14 homers. A little bit inside. He's right up on top of that plate. 7-1 our score. Braves have out hit him 9-4. Same pitch, different spot, same result. Our right-hander in the bullpen for San Diego. Bryce Flory, he's pretty good looking young relief pitcher. 2-2 the count to Thompson.
Right-handers galore down there with Sanders, who throws hard, Flory too, and Doug Bockler throws hard.
Willie Blair's down there. Andres Berruman. And they've got Ron Valone back now, the left hand. Thompson is out of there, 1 away.
Change-ups. How many times have we talked about young players coming to the big leagues and struggling against a change-up?
They just can't believe the spots it comes to them. Cianfrocco, the batter, he is tapped to the mound and lined hard to right. 7-1 Atlanta. Down in the truck, hard at work tonight. The mall rat, Casper, and the commissioner all working hard to make this thing work.
What a triumvirate.
Strike call, 1-1. One out, nobody aboard. Braves are breezing here. Curve hit on the ground to third. Chipper digs it out and throws him out. 2 down.
That's one of those where your mind is telling you to stay down on the ball, but your heart doesn't want you to. It's hard to keep the glove down there, and fortunately for Chipper, he kept his glove down because the ball hugged the ground. Watch this. He wants to come up real bad, but soft hands. Nice play.
And 2 hands. You see infielders use 2 hands a lot more than outfielders anymore. Brian Johnson has singled and skied 1 to center. And hit 1 to McGriff. Good play. That was a tough chance. Inning over. McGriff took a base hit away from Johnson. 1, 2, 3. Nothing doing. Bottom of the 7th. Braves appear to be cruising. It's 7-1. Bryce Flory on to pitch. He's from our part of the world, Charleston, South Carolina. Lives now in Anaheim, South Carolina. He's 1-2, a 3.31 earned run average. This is his 24th appearance. League hitting just .213 against him, and he has 38 strikeouts in just 32 2/3 innings, so he has a pretty good arm. 7-1 Atlanta is our score. Chpper Jones leads it off.
Their whole staff is pretty good about that. 639 innings as a staff, 509 strikeouts, and only 212 walks coming into play tonight. It's pretty good numbers, pretty good ratios.
Fleury ready to go to work. He's 5'11", 190-pounder, 5th-round draft choice back in 1988. A good fastball over the outside corner. He has been around, spent 88 at Scottsdale, 89 at Spokane and Charleston.
Spokane and Charleston, and that's an interesting combination for a year.
4 and 5 at Spokane, 1 and 7 at Charleston, then 90 and 91 at Waterloo. Back to Charleston in 92, then to High Desert, Class A ball. Wichita in 93, Las Vegas part of 94, and he's been with the Padres ever since. Last year, 2-2 with 3.01 earned run average in 47 games.
How about in consecutive years playing in High Desert, Wichita, and Las Vegas? You think he got used to pitching in hot weather?
I would think probably so. He walked him. So an inauspicious start for Fleury. A promising one for Atlanta here in the 7th inning. Fred McGriff the batter. Fred has singled in a run, grounded out, and flied out. Chpper has a stolen base tonight as he leads away at first. His 6th of the year in 7 tries. Breaking ball up high, 1 ball, no strikes. Fleury having a little trouble with location here. He had 19 walks in those 32 2/3 innings. That's not so good. Fouls this one at the plate, does McGriff, and the count evens at 1-1. Still raining in Chicago, where the Dodgers have a lead. We'll have all the scores for you shortly on the Delta scoreboard.
One of the difficult things for the Padres during this rough stretch they've been in is that even when you're going through rough times offensively, once in a while the Braves, when they're on a dry spell, they're going to get a home run from a Klesko or McGriff or Chpper Jones. Padres don't have that luxury. When Steve Finley is leading your team in homers with 10 and he's the only guy in double figures, you just don't have that long ball threat to get you out of a tough spell and get a big inning for you.
Upstairs, Reggie Sanders just stroked a 2-run single, and Cincinnati's taken a 4-2 lead over Houston in the middle innings of that game. The rest of the scores to follow. The 2-1 pitch fouled away. It's 2-2 and winds up in the front row of Ted Turner's box. Ted not here tonight. Two and 2 the count. Little chopper back to the mound. Fleury up, goes to second. Wild throw. See if everybody's all right down there. Cianfrocco got upended by Jones. That'll be an E1. They had him dead to rights and maybe a double play, but Fleury threw it away.
Watch how Bryce Fleury threw this ball to second. It was almost like his delivery to the plate. A little sidearm. Ball tails on him into center field, and fortunately for Chpper, he didn't catch one of Cianfrocco's knees to the head. Protected himself by getting that forearm up, and that really helped him.
Here's Ryan Klesko. A fly to left, a double to left, and a solo home run. 2 on, nobody out. Upstairs, 1 ball, no strikes. The Braves attempting to apply the knockout punch here in the 7th if they haven't done so already. Up the middle, should be a double play. 4, 6, 3. Runner at third, 2 out. And Jeff Blauser hits with a runner at third and 2 down. In case you wondered, but Ryan Klesko this year, 13 solo homers, 6 with 1 runner on, 2 3-run shots, and 1 grand slam. Redder at third, 2 down.
Padres, a ball club that were catching the ball very consistently in the beginning part of the year when they were on such a roll, playing great defense.
Another wild pitch. Chipper's going to try it, and he is out at the plate. He made a good play trying to jump over, and with 2 out, not a bad try at all. But he's out of there, 2-1. No hits, no runs, an error, nobody left. At the end of 7, watch this high wire act he tried. Didn't work, but it looked good. At the end of 7, 7-1 Atlanta.
We go to the 8th inning. Time to take a look at the Delta scoreboard. New York beat Pittsburgh today in 10 innings. Giants a 1-0 win over Florida. They've got some rain still in Chicago. Cincinnati has rallied behind Reggie Sanders' base hit. We'll give you some more scores as we go along.
Chris Gwynn pitch hits here and fouls the first pitch away. He's hitting .211 for the year.
Montreal now has taken a 2-0 lead. Shane Andrews with a home run off of Marvin Freeman. There's that score. Detroit now tied. Minnesota wiping up the Yankees tonight.
The Yankees just had a good series against Cleveland.
Yeah, and what about Juan Gonzalez? What's he got, like 30 at-bats for the Rangers after the DL, and he's already hit 11 homers?
He must be a terrific hitter. Man. 1-2 the count here on Chris Gwynn.
And we told you they're in a fog in Milwaukee.
Milwaukee's got a lot of problems now. Some group up there vetoed first the pitch to Gwynn. Got him. Breaking ball down. Vetoed the financing plan that they are part of the financing plan. The Brewers part of the plan for a new stadium. And now they're making more noises about moving that franchise.
That was the 8th strikeout for Greg Maddux. And that's his season high.
And he has 89 for the year. He threw that right by Lopez, 0-1. Andres Berruman in the bullpen. Up the middle, Lemke. What a play. Can he throw him out? Yes, he can. Super play, 2 down. Well, when you're hitting 170 like Lopez is, those will break your heart.
And he gets it off of Maddux, too, and he thinks it's golden up the middle, but not so. He really had to plant and put something on this throw. If he tries to jump in the air and throw back and lob one over there, it won't work. Nice job by Lemke.
Ricky Henderson is the batter. He has 1 for 3, doubled and scored their run in the 6th. Hit one off the center field wall here. Takes a strike, 0-1. He does a lot of walking, but not tonight against Mr. Maddux. He did work him to a 3-2 count in the first. Look out, almost hit him. A ball and a strike.
That looks like Greg Maddux night right there.
It sure does, especially that 0 walks. At the knees, 1-2. And Milwaukee situation. Well, the 1-2 pitch. Hit foul into the dugout again. Look out, folks. Everybody's all right. Still 1-2. It's got to be tough for Bud Selig, the acting commissioner of baseball. I'm sure it's not his fault. But here he is, the commissioner, and his own house is not in order.
It's disappointing. I thought they had that.
I did too.
I thought it was a done deal.
I did as well, but obviously it's not. Came up and in on him. 2-2. (7-1) Atlanta. 2 out in the 8th. Little chopper toward first. McGriff in, up, gets it to Maddux in plenty of time. And another easy inning, and that's 7 in a row. He has set down this time. 1-2-3, nothing doing. We move on to the bottom half of the 8th inning with Atlanta on top 7-1. Andres Bergman on to pitch for the Padres as we go to the bottom of the 8th. Jeff Blauser leads it off and can't catch up with the fastball. 0-1. Bergman has no record. This is only his 3rd appearance. He's worked 2 1/3 innings since coming up from the minor leagues in Las Vegas. Look out, it hit him.
And Johnson ricocheted off Blauser and got the catcher.
And it was not deliberate. Don't worry about it. He was 3-2 and had a high earned run average 4.64 in 23 appearances.
Tough night for old Brian Johnson back there. Even when the opponents get hit with a pitch, he gets nailed.
We've had hit batsmen, wild pitches, pass balls, errors on the pitcher, balks. A lot of stuff's going on tonight. Eddie Perez, the batter. Looks like Greg Maddux' night's work is done. Maddux, 97 pitches, 74 of them strikes, and he's not going to finish.
96 and 74.
97.
97 and 74. Amazing ratio. Good
And
grief.
three of those balls were to the leadoff man. So you take that away, it's really something. Perez is 1 for 3, singled in a run, or tripled in a run, excuse me, back in the 5th. Eddie was jumping out of the way. It's called a strike. Somebody was confused on that pitch. I'm not quite sure who.
I think Eddie might have been guessing away, looking for a breaking ball outside, and almost got hit with a strike.
Inside again.
Johnson did not know that he had that one. It hit in the web of his glove.
I think he went to his mouth, and they're going to call another ball here.
That's right.
Bergman out of Tijuana, Mexico, lives in Banning, California. Two and two, the count. Foul tipped into a strikeout. Jermaine Dye is the batter, and Dwight Smith moves on deck. Maddux is not going to finish the game, but he did okay. 8 innings, 4 hits, a run, no walks, 8 strikeouts. They must want Mark Wohlers to get some work, because he's down there throwing in a 7-1 game. Right through there to Dye. Jermaine is 0 for 3. He struck out twice. The other time he hit a rope and was robbed by Ken Caminiti, who really made an outstanding play. Low and outside. 1-1 the count.
It's only the 3rd game Bergman's been in.
Hey, did you see the note the other day about the Rockies and Phillies?
No.
Waited 3 hours and 51 minutes to start a game.
In Colorado?
Yeah, Saturday, I think it was, in Colorado. And I sympathize with their problems because they sell every ticket and they don't have any rain checks. But what about the family that brought their kids to that game and had to leave before it even started?
Surprised they had any concessions left.
I don't know that they did. 3:51. 1-2 pitch, curve outside. And it's tough. I don't know the answer, because half the people want you to play no matter how long it takes, and the other half say enough already. I got to get the kids home. I wish I knew the answer. Low and away, full count, 3-2. Bergman, a great big guy. 6'2", a 210-pounder. High pop foul back and out of play.
He was 3-2 at Las Vegas, had a 4.64 ERA in the Coast League. Last year started at Rancho Cucamonga. Went to Vegas and then made it to the big leagues at the end of the year.
You can see why he got here in a hurry. He's got a good arm. Pop foul back into the upper deck. Three-two pitch. Pop foul away again. Jermaine is making a lot of people happy as he deposits souvenirs all over the ballpark.
He's staying with those outside pitches.
Tom Glavine, Joey Hamilton tomorrow night, Wednesday afternoon. John Smoltz against Bob Tewksbury. If they've both got their good stuff, we'll be out of here in an hour and a half. Take a good look at that face. You're going to see a lot of that coming years. Jermaine Dye. Ground ball to third. You got to try somebody else, son. He's too good. Out there. Safe there. Would you say Caminetti is the best fielding third baseman in the National League? I think I would.
The only other comparison I would make would be to Matt Williams. I think Matt Williams is pretty salty. But this guy's more acrobatic. He has the knack of being able to go to the ground and get balls and get back to his feet as quick as anybody.
So Dwight Smith comes on to pinch hit. I had forgotten about Matt Williams. That's what happens. A guy's such a great power hitter. You overlook the other facets of his game. Dwight hammers one into deep left center. Finley on the run. He looks up. It's gone. Second pinch hit home run for Dwight this week. There's a little icing on the cake. Atlanta.
He hit one Friday night off of Chan-Ho Park in the 8th inning in the same type of situation when he was hitting for John Smoltz, and the Braves had a 2-1 lead, gave them a little insurance that night. Jumped on the first pitch and nailed it.
Marquise Grissom is 2 out of 4 and stands in there. Breaking ball outside, 1 ball, no strikes.
It's his 8th career pinch hit homer. He pinch hit, I believe it was yesterday, and drew a walk, so it may be back-to-back in official appearances.
1-1 the count. Chased a pitch down and away. Did Marquise 2? Rather 1 ball, 2 strikes. Inning over. He's caught looking. But the Braves strike for 2 more on 1 hit. No errors, nobody left. We go to the 9th inning with a score. Braves 9, Padres 1.
All champions. All American. All with a story to tell. America's Greatest Olympians. A TBS original. Premiering June 30th. Exclusively on TBS.
On the next National Geographic Explorer, never-before-seen footage reveals a 500-year-old mummy. Find out how she lived and died. A special National Geographic Explorer, Mummy Hunters. 9 Eastern Sunday, turn to TBS.
Tyler Houston on to play first base for Atlanta, and Mark Wohlers is on to pitch, and those are the only changes. Wohlers isn't pitching badly. He's just not been quite the dominating figure he was in the second half last year. I think he's going to be all right. His strikeouts to innings pitched are sensational.
Still outstanding. I think it's just the fashion. You know, you got so used to seeing him blow people away with his fastball, striking people out with high fastballs. This year, so many of his strikeouts have come with his off-speed pitch, which is his split finger pitch. The results are virtually the same. 41 strikeouts in 30 innings and only 13 walks.
I hope he doesn't forget about that good fastball.
He'll be reminded.
That's what got him here. Steve Finley leads it off. He's 1 for 3. I thought the Dodgers had some interesting quotes on it after the game yesterday. Not taking anything away from their own effort, but saying, you know, everybody has ups and downs, and the Braves are in a downer, and we're very lucky to catch them when we do. Well, the Braves can say that about these guys, too. There's the first out. Chpper Jones puts it away, 1 down.
Because these guys were very tough at the beginning of the year. It was obvious they were going to be contenders the way they were playing when we first saw them in early April.
Here's Tony Gwynn, and one of the reasons he is such a great hitter. You watch him in this at bat in a game that's over, and he'll be bearing down just as hard as if the game was on the line and it was the 6th game of the World Series.
That's why he's more than just a 1 for 3 hitter.
He hit that ball like a shot, but right at Blauser. His base hit came on a little pop fly, drove in a run. They even up, 2 down, and Caminiti is the last hope. If in fact any hope remains for the Padres. The remaining fans in a crowd of 32,934 on their feet here. Caminiti 0 for 3, takes it low. 1 ball, no strikes. Tom Glavine and Joey Hamilton, a tough young right-hander. Tomorrow night. Two-0. He's got plenty of velocity.
Yeah, he busted one in on Finley to pop him up, and that was a high, hard one.
Unofficially, we clocked that one at 163 miles an hour.
That's pretty fast.
Just kidding, folks. 2 balls, no strikes. 3-0. Come on, Mark. That one was at 96 miles an hour. The 3-0 pitch. He walked in. Padres are still alive. What a bad break.
First walk of the night issued by either Maddux or Wohlers.
And Jason Thompson, the batter, he's 0 for 3.
You would guess that he's a pretty good fastball hitter based on his success with the long ball in the minor leagues.
There's a strike right through there. (9-1) Atlanta, 2 out, runner at first. Nowhere near. Ball and a strike. What's on after the game, Glenn Diamond? High drive, right field. There's no doubt where that ball is going to wind up, and it's not in the ballpark. Wow. There's his first Major League home run. His 15th of the year, his first in the majors. It's 9-3, and Wohlers, you got to be honest, he's just not quite getting it done.
Came in with a 2.64 ERA. He's going to climb now with 2 runs. Home run, of course, preceded by the walk, but he did, it looked like, turn around a fastball. Absolutely. Minor leagues, you see a lot of hard throwers, and you make some adjustments to get around on the ball, and That was no problem for Jason Thompson.
That ball was spanked. Cianfrocco takes a strike right through there.
That was the 5th home run Mark has allowed this year in 31 innings.
That's baffling with his stuff. On the curved ball there. It's 1-1.
Last year he allowed 2 home runs in 64 innings.
Yeah, I would say that's a little bit of a difference. You know, I wonder, he lost all that weight. 2-1. He can't get his breaking ball in there. I wonder if he lost too much. I know he's in good shape. I'm not trying to indicate that, but sometimes he's still throwing hard, though, so I don't know.
Listen, also, you got to remember, too, the situation here tonight.
Yeah, but even in the key situations, he hasn't been as dominating. 2-2.
I wouldn't argue that. And obviously he is in there when he came in with a 9-1 lead. He's in there to get some work. But you're going to be a little more tenacious about your work when it is a safe situation or a little closer game. I'm not making excuses for
No,
him.
I agree with you. The 2-2 pitch to Cianfrocco. Here it is. Fouled it back. Still 2-2. We got more country music coming your way at 10:35 tonight. Who's that guy?
Hank Williams Jr.
Oh, thought he did NFL games.
Just a pregame.
Oh, okay. 2-2 pitch. Here it is. There it is. Got him with a high fastball. The ball game is over, and the Braves breeze behind Greg Maddux and win this baby 9-3. 2 runs on 1 hit, no errors. Nobody left. 9-3 Atlanta, your final score.
And our AutoZone player of the game, as you might suspect, Greg Maddux, whose record goes to 6-5. No walks tonight, 8 strikeouts. That was a season high. It's his first win since last May 17th, a month ago tonight. He lowers his ERA down to 3.2, and he's now 5-1 on the year at home. 9-3, our final. Back to wrap things up right after this. Braves improved to 5-3 on the year against the San Diego Padres. They snap out of it offensively with 9 runs on 10 hits. The Padres continue to struggle. They do get 3 runs, but they can't capitalize on a good night by Greg Maddux. Certainly he was outstanding as he improved to 6-5. Sean Bergman, the loss. 32,934 here tonight in a game that only took 2 hours and 26 minutes.
Same 2 teams tomorrow night. Tom Glavine against Joey Hamilton. We'll have it for you right here. This week in baseball is next, or next week in baseball is this. I'm not sure which. Followed at 10:35 by the 3rd segment of America's Music, The Roots of Country, for Joe Simpson, for Don Sutton, Pete Van Wieren, and our entire crew. Skip Caray from the ballpark. So long, everybody.
Leading sports television into the 21st century, this has been an exclusive presentation of Turner Sports.
Look at Mark Wohlers now. Each time he gets the ball back, you'll see him mumble a couple of words to the ball.
The first man ever
to pitch 5 career no-hitters.
Touch 'em all, Joe.
I don't believe what I just saw.
And it's another chance for Mitchell, and he makes a bare-handed catch. Ricky goes, a pitch taken, he's going to have it. Leaps high in the air, and he's got it. An incredible catch by the kid.
And let it be said that number 8, Cal Ripken Jr., has reached the unreachable star.
Abracadabra, alakazam. This San Diego pitcher is a magic man.
Ready? Watch close. I'm taking this match, and I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna jam it right up my nose. What do you think of that?
Coming up on T.W.I.B. For Mel Allen, this is Warner Fusel. Brought to you in part by Major League Baseball Home Video, featuring the MLB Unbelievable 2-pack of great plays and bloopers. This is Doug Bockler, second-year relief pitcher for the San Diego Padres.
Doug Bockler's the guy on the mound for San Diego to try to wrap it up and hold it.
Bockler is 25 years of age. He'll be 26 on July the 5th out of West Palm Beach, Florida.
1 out. Bockler looks great.
Good guess. Got him to chase a changeup. Bockler's having some fun. I hope he's having some fun. He's stalking around out there.
If he's not having fun tonight, he never will in this business, because he looks terrific.
And pretty hyper out there.
Well, what's the old line? Not tonight, Josephine. That's the way it looks here.
See you later. Right down the middle.
But Bockler's wizardry on the mound doesn't compare to his sleight of hand off the field, where Doug's an accomplished magician.
This is our trainer, Todd Hutchinson. He's going to be joining us today in Philadelphia at the Hocus Pocus Magic Shop, one of the best magic stores in the country.
So how'd you get started in all this magic?
1990, I met up with a guy, Mike Campbell. You remember Mike Campbell?
Yeah.
He played here for a little while. He started showing me some stuff and really interested me, and ever since then, every city that I've gone to, I've kind of tried and find a magic shop and spend a little time there and get a little better. It's a lot of fun, you know?
I was in Cincinnati the other day, and there was this little magic shop. I mean, in an out-of-the-way place, and I look in, and there's Bach at the counter. He turns around, and he's waving. Have you ever wanted to make an umpire disappear?
Oh, no, never an umpire. Barry Bonds, maybe. I wanted to make him disappear a few times. I didn't want to have to deal with him at the plate.
Sometimes I wish he could make me disappear from up there. Do you think you could make one of those disappear?
No. Couldn't make the horse disappear, but I could put your spirit into that horse and the horse's spirit into you.
He's very good. He's very good, but I tease him all the time because I tell him that he's still dealing with fantasy. So you need to focus in on reality.
The 2 coins have an English penny and an American 50-cent piece, okay? Now, I want you to watch close. Here's what I'm going to do, okay? I'm going to take the English penny and I'm going to place it in my back pocket, okay? What does that leave in this hand?
50-cent piece.
50-cent piece. I'm wrong. Actually, both coins are still there.
You know, everybody in the clubhouse wants to find out how it works. You know, that's our job.
Let's try this one more time, okay? You gotta watch a little bit closer now, okay? I'm taking the $50. I'm gonna place that in my pocket. What does that leave in this hand?
Indian coin.
The English penny. There you go. Wrong. Now take it out. I want you to make sure that this is a real coin. Go ahead and indeed make sure it's a real coin. It's pretty solid, huh?
There's a trick to everything. And I'm always the one following around. Tell me the trick.
I didn't really get a chance to watch Doug Henning much. I remember when I was younger, the only thing I remember about Doug Henning was, it's an illusion, that's all I remember about him. He kept saying, it's an illusion. It's an illusion.
You know when he walks up to you, he's got something new, so you're just looking for strings hanging down or looking in his back pocket, anything you can do to find out how he does it.
Try a little bit harder on this one, okay? Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take the English penny, place it in my back pocket. What does that leave in this hand?
That's the 50 cent.
Come on, dude, are you watching?
I don't know what to tell you.
I've just been buying tricks left and right, and I've really made it a serious hobby of mine. All right, Hutch, here it is, man. welcome to Hocus Pocus. What's up?
Hello, Doug.
How you doing, Herb?
Okay.
Good to see you, man.
Good to see
this
you.
This is my trainer, Todd Hutchinson.
Oh,
this is
how you
Herb,
doing?
the magician.
Okay.
All right.
So.
Ready to show us some stuff?
I guess so.
All right, man. What do you got new for us?
This is a baseball trick.
This is awesome.
Let me see. I made a prediction over here.
You did?
Yeah, I'm going to leave it sit there.
Okay.
And here we have 32 baseball players, and I'll tell you this: you're not in on.
Yes, I know.
In the car, you're not
I
here.
know.
They didn't.
Wasn't in there last year either.
Yeah. Look at that. This is 1990, though. This is, and you have 32 cards. And what I'd like you to do is we're going to mix the cards up, and I'm going to have you just select one of the baseball players.
Okay.
You're going to, okay, we have 32 of them.
Uh-huh.
And think of a number from 1 to 32.
Okay, I've got it.
I would cut off approximately that amount of cards. So only you know this number, so you'll cut to a card corresponding to the number you're thinking.
Right, probably right around there.
You're right about there?
Uh-huh.
So let me see, how many cards are here approximately? What did you think of? What number?
I thought of number 17.
Okay, you know, I think you're pretty darn close. But the 17th card is Lou over here.
Lou Whitaker.
And if you went 16, you would have gotten Mark. But you went to the 17th card, and look at my prediction. It says, I knew you would stop at Lou Whitaker.
Oh, wow.
Oh, goodness.
That
this
is
could be done by a
outstanding.
child of 5 with 20 years experience. Just like that.
It's an illusion. Just like Doug Henning. I like to show the tricks to the players when I get them. But as far as putting on a show and actually doing tricks over a long period of time, say an hour or so, I like to do it to kids because, you know, they're amazed by it and they're interested in it. How's it going, guys? And girls? Got a few tricks I'm gonna show you today. All right?
I know my youngest is, he's gonna have a birthday party coming up in August. I'm gonna see if Doug will work it for me.
Okay, you take that and tear it up into a bunch of little pieces. And it's something that's good and clean, and it's something that they can, you know, maybe look forward to doing, and it won't get them in much trouble. Here's what we're gonna do. I want you to take that and put it right in your mouth, okay? You got it? Oh. What do you think happened there? Is yours like that? No. My favorite trick is sniffing a match up my nose. Watch close, because I'm taking this match, and I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna jam it right up my nose. What do you think of that?
Doug, I really, really want to know how it happened.
Well, then guess what? You're gonna have to become a little magician.
You should never tell anybody how he does what he does, because if he does, then it's not magic.
You see it? Did you see it?
Which is what I've been trying to tell him. You got to deal with reality. You can't deal in this fantasy world.
Trying to make my ball disappear halfway to home. That'd be a good one, huh? Yeah. Can you imagine if I threw a ball and didn't get there?
I know.
That'd be awesome, huh? All right, guys. I'm gonna take off now, okay? See you later. Okay. Hocus Pocus Yikes.
Brood presents Men of Action. It's Mets catcher Todd Hundley, a man whose switch at the plate in time goes deep twice in the course of 9.
Off-speed pitch hit deep to right by Hundley. Back goes Smith. That's a gunner!
One from the right side of the plate, the other from the left.
That's the second time this year he's done that.
What a night for Todd Hundley.
Time now for the Aflac trivia question. Albert Bell is a handful of home runs from being Cleveland's all-time leader. Who is the Indians' all-time home run king? The answer in just a bit.
Now the Major League debut of Ryan Hancock.
After the baptism of Ryan Hancock on Saturday, he came back Sunday with quite a performance. It began when he escaped a jam.
Bases loaded, bottom of the 12th inning. Bouncer left side. We play on. We will move to inning number 13.
A lucky inning for Ryan Hancock, for the Cards dealt him his first ever Major League at-bat.
There's a base hit. Look at that. Hancock with a single to right.
You go figure. Get the ball. They want to get the ball. It's his first major league hit. It's going to be maybe his last. He may never get a time to hit again.
The first Angels pitcher to get a hit since Nolan Ryan in 1972. He even scored, but in the bottom of the 13th, more trouble.
Nobody out. Runners at first and second. The Indians down by 2 here in the 13th inning. Bunks it in the air. He made the catch. Throw to second. Double play. What a play by Hancock.
He was not going to let that ball hit the ground.
1-6 on the double play.
It's a terrific play by Hancock.
Quite a day for this young guy.
He's 1 out away from his first major league victory. He already got his first major league hit today.
Great pitching, fielding, and a historic base hit to boot. Just another day for Ryan Hancock. Now, T.W.I.B 20 continues with the top 5 plays of the week.
Lines it toward the well. Left field on the run. Glanville diving grab. Sensational catch by the rookie in left.
What an effort this is. This is highway robbery. Outstanding play.
There's the pitch and grounder. Snow. It's off his glove. They've got to go home. And he is out. What a tag by Slott, but an even greater throw by Rex Hudler.
Great defense by the Angels. Hudler's to the task. He makes the throw into Don Slott, and Steins is hung out to dry.
Broken back flare. Johnson coming in. Ordonez with the play. Wow.
Look at him keep tracking that ball, reaching out, fully extended, makes the catch, hangs on. Great play.
Outstanding play.
And 21 driven in. He broke his back, hits the bag. T.W.I.B barehands it and throws him out.
That's some hard ball right there.
Well, when the ball hits the bag, he does a great job of charging it bare hands and fires a strike to first base.
Tough spot, long run. Who's going to get there? Great play by Ordonez. Another great play. Braves come away empty, leave the bases loaded. He covers more real estate than the folks wearing the yellow jackets. What a great play.
Now let's answer this week's Aflac trivia question. Albert Bell's just a week or 2 behind Cleveland's all-time home run king with 226, Earl Averill. In New York City this week, Major League Baseball charted a new course for its marketing ventures and presented its new commander.
We are pleased today to announce the appointment of Gregory B. Murphy to the new position of President and CEO of Major League Baseball Enterprises. This appointment represents an important step in preparing Major League Baseball for the challenges of the 21st century.
When our job is done, baseball will be a preeminent and preferred choice in a global, worldwide entertainment industry. And I can't wait to get that task underway. What I will tell you is this unifying characteristic that I see that gives me great confidence is that the people in baseball have a tremendous passion and a great love for this game. And I will tell you from my business and marketing experience, when you have a group of people that are passionately dedicated and committed to something, you can move mountains, and we will.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd.
Next week, the many voices behind Take Me Out to the Ball Game and how the What a Game videos were made.
For the home team, if they don't win, it's a shame.
You do this. If you take this container, and what I'd like you to do is there's a die. I'd like you to think of a number, place it in, and close up the container so only you know the number selected.
All right.
So you're going to pick a number. Okie dokie. Here we go. let's see. The number is known only to you. That middle container one cannot see through unless they have X-ray eyes. But by just looking into your eyes, I feel a number. You're thinking of number 5, aren't you? Oh, wow. That was easy, easy.
Did you see that? Awesome. No way.
Okay, not bad, Tom, but don't give up your day job.
You want them? TBS has them. Movies for guys who like movies. This Sunday. Bruce Willis, Hudson Hawk. Movies for guys who like movies. 7 Eastern Sunday night. Only on TBS.